happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Kenn Bosak.
And we're live, bros. How goes it? Thanks for tuning in to the chat, everybody. I see Scott, TC, Miss Teen Crypto. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, my co-host Nathan is here.
Hey!
And our guest for today is Rudy from btcandfriends.com. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend you do that right now. If you haven't seen btcandfriends.com, just pause the podcast, come back later, go check it out, and then come back and listen to the rest of what we're going to say. That said, Rudy, thank you so much for coming on, bro.
Thank you for having me.
It's
So,
good to see you.
How goes
If you haven't heard of this, like he said, go get your life together, watch it, come back and let us know what you think. But yeah, go ahead, man. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good, man. Living up the ride with BTC right now. It's just freaking crazy. Everyone's going nuts over the pump, the dump, the NFTs, the crash, the ups. And like, y'all haven't been long enough into this to understand what's really going on, do you?
Yeah,
But I'm just
we're
loving
gonna get
it.
a lot of that this year, right? I feel like we're gonna get at least three more waves like this, like per season. We're gonna get seasonal waves, big increases, 1% of mass adoption per quarter this year.
Yeah. And now, like, I just heard like Visa's trying to accept a bunch of Bitcoin into their payment system. I'm like, what's going on? But everyone talks about the price. I'm like, don't forget the technology. Don't forget what the real history of Bitcoin is. And that's why I love this show so much. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is what happened with Bitcoin. This is what's going on with Bitcoin. Follow it as a person.
Yeah, this is not about investing here. This is about using technology.
Well, that's why it's funny you see Visa talking about trying to use Bitcoin, and it's almost like if you walked into Blockbuster and they were selling like Netflix subscriptions or something, like gift cards to Netflix, and on your way out of Blockbuster, it's like you're kind of promoting your own planned obsolescence here.
Yeah. And it's like one of those, like, I just tweeted about this, like, oh, if you can't beat them, try to just take over it. Just try to become better than them.
Yeah, join them and then infiltrate that
And
from
control
inside and learn how to control that thing and take over from that aspect, I guess.
You think Bitcoin's still small enough for governments like, the US and first world countries to kind of have a control over it?
I don't know, man. I keep thinking about, like, my thing is people are like not talking about miners still, and like how China still like owns a ton of mining power.
70%, dude. It's huge.
It's huge, and that's the tech part about it. I'm like, oh shit, like we're in trouble maybe. What are you
Well,
laughing at?
Venezuela-
Everyone's cracking up about what?
No one wants to talk about that part. Everybody thinks it's like this infallible technology. I'm like, I could tell you like 5 to 10 things right now that would freak you out.
Right,
And it's just like, you know.
Well, I
Great
wanted to
clickbait
say was
article.
like the way Venezuela's getting, into mining, the government's forcing the miners to mine for a government pool. And just
That's
seeing
really,
that is
yeah.
sort of like, oh, well, I kind of talked about that for a year. Like, you're going to have to get a government contract and government license to be a miner. You can't just grow weed without a license, right? You have to, yeah, it's
Yeah.
legal, but you have to
Yeah.
get licensed, right? So I think mining is going to head more towards that direction. Like, yeah, we could all mine in our houses. You could grow one pot plant in your garage, but good luck growing 50 of them without getting caught. Good luck running a shit ton of miners in your garage without getting caught.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the U.S. is going to end up heading is this, whitelisting miners with the electric companies and the internet companies to kind of, once their IPs are whitelisted, then they'll be able to do this. But they're going to force it into a U.S., government Bitcoin mining pool. And the miners here in the U.S. will be mining for the government. And those rewards will be going to the government.
Yeah, there's a little forms of socialism and communism that pop up within these sub communities and sub economies, and we kind of do have to tolerate it in some ways.
Oh yeah,
That's
It's
the
like,
unfortunate part.
people just like the government is still scary. Like, we might think that people have all the power, we can do a lot of things together, especially like the beautiful case of the GME stocks and the Wall Street bets.
Yeah.
Like, people have power.
Yeah.
We can do things, and it's the same thing with crypto. Like, we can all work on that together, or just work with the government. And
Well, you know what's nice right now? Yo, bro, we got legacy rich kids now. We got celebrity. We got, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're incriminating Gary Vee. We're incriminating Mark Cuban. Like, the more of these people we get using this shit, you know what I mean? It's like the bigger our defense side of the fucking courtroom gets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, that's why I'm excited to see mainstream adoption coming in from that elitist side of the world. It's like, yeah, they're using Bitcoin. They're selling NFTs. So if I'm going to go to prison for selling an NFT, Mark Cuban's going to be my cellmate.
And that'll be fun. You guys can talk about the Mavericks.
Or I don't have to go to court because Mark Cuban's going to end up fighting the case and winning. And then if I ever go to court, it'll be like Mark Cuban versus New York, blah, blah, blah. Ken, go home. All right,
but
thanks.
there's nothing even going to do that, because like the government doesn't give a shit what you do. It's just like, as long as you pay up their fair share.
Yeah.
They don't care what you do.
Well, and that's the thing with the regulation is it doesn't. Everybody's like, oh, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. I'm like, they are us now. Like, they want to get rich too, and they actually have money. It takes money to make money, and they know that, and they have way more, which means they can get way richer if they just do what we're doing.
Rudy, what do you think about the government using gamification and things like NFTs to, grow what already exists outside of mandatory taxation, which is voluntary taxation, some of which is gamified in the form of local lotteries? People volunteer, give up their money, and it's called, it's a voluntary tax. We could remove a lot of mandatory taxation by implementing multiple gamifications of voluntary taxation, and then the reward system based on that, with the way that we have crypto and NFTs now, a lot of that probably will take place. I'm curious what your thoughts are on that.
I think people, when they hear tax, they think it's a bad thing. Like, oh, taxation, like you should never tax anybody. Taxes give us our roads, they give us our public transport, they give us a lot of things. The reason why America is so stable is because how they tax and how they use the tax money. So I'm not against being taxed, I'm just against where it's being allocated. What I really want is some type of government blockchain where it says, okay, Ken and Nathan and Rudy put this X amount of money into taxes this year. We can see where our money went to and where we voted for our money to go. Like, oh, I want all my taxes to go to education and roads. I don't want it to go to freaking
how many people would
the military and
vote
stuff like that.
100% towards potholes in New Jersey?
Oh my God, I'm from Jersey.
Right, all of us then, right? You get it.
We'd have such good roads, and like there'd be
in
so many things
year,
that suck.
dude, we'd have the best roads in the country. I guarantee it.
Crime would be crazy, but our roads would be so nice.
Oh yeah, clean up the beaches too, clean up the shore.
Maybe Chris
Yeah.
Christie wouldn't have his own
We'd have
private
hella
beach
dolphins.
house. I wouldn't vote for him to get his own private beach house. Not with my money.
I
They should
know
just
that's the
vote.
thing.
Let us vote on the houses that they're gonna buy. I think that's how
Tom,
politics
share
should
it out
really be
too.
set up. Like, hey, I would do this with my money that I illegally take from the government.
You know what though? Wouldn't
Elect
there be
me.
some kind of like bias to this as well? People that work inside, as the people who fix the roads, wouldn't they be incentivized to then vote for that and go out with jackhammers and fuck the road up
Yeah,
more every day? So people vote more for them to have it's job security, right?
exactly. And I think that's what we're missing is we're giving so much. We're just like trusting the government with our taxes. I'm like, yeah, I trust you to take care of it properly. Like this is the whole thing of blockchain is we're tired of just trusting people. We have to like verify it.
Taxation without representation in some
Yeah.
way. And like I think that's why a lot of people, I mean, our country was founded on certain principles, and then we kind of turn a blind eye to these same things being violated on a daily basis now. And it kind of like, I wonder if it's that we don't have a backbone or if we're not smart enough to see it as like a group. So therefore we can't generate enough power to actually change the momentum.
I don't know, man. People have definitely started to vote with their money a lot more, especially like directly politically. I mean,
lobbying.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you see it a lot with like even like I come from Chicago, and unions aren't like a bad thing. They've helped a lot of people, but you see a lot of manipulation in agencies and groups like that. Because like if you're saying like, hey, there's these contracts for these roads, like, arguably the shittier the roads are, the more damage there is. If we could fix them cheaper and they're really bad, we get the contract.
It's a really
so like
shitty fucking
we're
down.
incentivized to ruin things a little bit.
Yep.
So we get better deals on our end to fix things.
Absolutely. Take your time, charge more.
Yeah, so that's why I don't I was a home inspector for a while. Like I don't do any of that kind of stuff anymore. Like it was all like, anything where we're working with or even around unions, it gets shady very quickly. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I used to work for a company that would hire out union electricians. And I used to work in New York City every day. So I used to go out to New York City, try to check the job site. And the union electricians were just like, no, what are you doing? You can't have any tools on you. That's our job to work.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just checking. I'm just trying to make this job flow a little bit faster. But like, it was pretty strict. Like I would be in a risk of losing
they'll take your stuff
and take my stuff just because I'm trying to help. Like, it's all money talk.
Because somebody hired you to do something on their property. Also, that's the other layer.
Where smart contracts will fill in the blanks in a lot of this, and then people will be, the people, even if they're synonymous, their synonymous reputations will be held accountable and responsible for outcomes. You know what I mean? It's people think that you need to be, public with your driver's license and social security number to get a job, and I don't believe that's the case. I think that you could have a synonymous reputation where you could just be like, a frog on Twitter and have a stable job for years without your employer ever knowing who you are. And because you keep that reputation, you could use your synonymous resume to keep getting employment. And I think that's where we can, even as a kid, and I think more about this as I got older too, it's like really weird that it asks what religion or sex or whatever, like job applications. I'm just like, what the fuck does any of this have to do with me serving someone fries? I don't understand.
They're probably selling that information to somebody.
But just asking the question is one of the variables in the results.
Yeah.
And the less questions you have to answer, the less variables in the results of the application, right? So I think, just seeing the way smart contracts can get rid of a lot of, biased environments in industries. That's the most disruptive, that's the best disruptive part that I see is, we're going to end up seeing fucking an anonymous governor. Like for real, somebody could anonymously or synonymously run for office.
Would you want that though? Would you want someone anonymous?
Absolutely.
Or would you want a public figure?
No, I would absolutely want somebody synonymously be able to be held accountable, because I think when people are public, they're afraid to do things, right? They have this, self-survival instincts, even when they get into places of power. Now they're even bigger targets. They thought they would be able to, disrupt the government. Now they're like, shit, I'm even in a worse spot than I was when I wasn't in the office, right? So I think it would actually do better,
I think that's why Bill Gates is so like, I'm never running for president because of that position that I don't want to be in. He's
Oh,
more
he'd be fucked.
powerful.
Yeah.
He's more powerful not being president, and that's pretty crazy to think about.
That's exactly why I think, the synonymous politician era could come from, the blockchain and smart contract DAO technology boom. I mean, it's cool to be able to vote for, whatever, like a CTO. It's synonymous of like a DAO of a coin, or a CTO, and like they all just like, it's like LARPing, right? It's all live action role playing. It's like a game of fantasy. Anybody can turn on the game and pick a role and start playing, and the Xbox doesn't ask you like your age, race, sex, religion, none of that. And I think that's how the world economy should be too. You should just be able to turn it on, pick what you want to do, and if you fucking suck at it, people probably aren't going to hire you anymore.
That's the problem with. I mean, it's good, yeah, but that's the nice thing about like, I guess not the blockchain is if you mess up, it's not recorded. And if no one knows, you're able to like, recover. So if you're on like you said, if at any age, race, sex, whatever time period you are in, if you mess up, it's
but
on
if
your
you're
profile.
a public figure and you say something or have like a slip up or whatever, right? You're
We do it every day here.
yeah, every day.
That's not recovering.
Every
Right.
day.
But we hold them so accountable to the point, like, I remember when Hillary Clinton was running for office and everybody kept throwing up in her face that she was so anti-gay marriage. She was just like, in the past, she was very adamant about it being something that she did not agree
2013.
with. And then when she decided to run at the time of, mainstream consensus on the topic changing, she changed with society. She had a change of mind.
It should be allowed, right?
Because she was so public and had that opinion at that point, we now hold her to that point of personality that she was, and look at us as better as a whole than her as an individual, even though she grew with us and her opinions changed with us. So now I see that, you should be able to have a fresh start if you fuck up. And that should be able to come with just starting a new username on Twitter, 0 followers, and hope that you learned from what made you lose your account last time, right? Why did people stop following you last time? And learn from that and start a new account, right? So if you're in office and you're good and you fucked up, maybe you should just have to start over, run again, build up what you did before. Once you get back into that place, don't drop the ball again. And because it's synonymous and anonymous powers that can be elected or selected, you don't even have to be elected. We could just select, which I think is going to be really interesting. But I just think that, the way that we hold people instead of, as a whole to the society differently when they grow or change for the better, we demonize that change and think it's just, pandering.
Yeah, we act like none of us make mistakes, and like that person as a public figure is bad for being human.
Do you think that DAOs will eventually rule the world, or at least select the people ruling the world, or at least manage the decisions that they're making and approving their decisions?
I think it will. I think it's going to become something that's going to mostly rule the world. I mean, it's just a trust factor, It's clear, it's transparent. Like the best parts of blockchain in running a company is what we're missing. So I think
people get this misconception, I think, that it's like going to be run by AI if it's run by a DAO, and they don't realize that that's actually just a governance tool that's controlled by the people still. And
AI is a scary topic. I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, I think, if you want to start this, I think DAOs are the beginnings of AI. Of how
that's what I was kind of
AIs
getting
will
at.
Be engaged with. Yeah, I think the AI will be the DAO, and what we allow the AI to do will be elected by us. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I think if you look at it as like a program, as an application, an AI will probably be, the what do they call that? Like Knox and shit. The firmware or whatever, right? We'll be like the firmware of the AI, constantly updating it and telling it in which direction to go. But DAOs are that first step. I talked to Ben from fucking the dude who did Sophia. Garza, Ben, the dude with the cool cow hat. He has a cool cowboy hat, but it's a cowhide hat. Damn it! Somebody in the chat. I'm so fucking.
Cowboy
baked.
Ben.
God, he works with what's the goddamn baked? It's a smart
love this.
AI thing. Damn it!
Mm,
Shut up.
I don't know.
hell yeah.
The thing that dude he built Sophia.
Oh, the
Hi.
Sophia robot, AI robot.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Singularity
guy
Net. I was talking to him about that, and I was like, bro, like, isn't, Sophia is AI, right? Like, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. And the other one that was on Jeopardy.
Are you talking about Ben Gertzel?
Gertzel, yes, that guy. I met him, and I was
He's one of my heroes.
Dude, I got
as
to
you
meet
started to
him
go,
in
I was
person.
like, all right, I know this
By
is.
the way, coolest fucking dude I ever met in real life. I got to ask, so I'll talk about some of the stuff I asked, but this one was cool because I was like,
He's a
basically,
friend of a friend.
if Sophia and whatever the other AI is that was on like Jeopardy and shit, that one's pretty cool too. I was like, what if they got together and created their own Watson? What if Sophia and Watson got together and created an AI? They both use the maximum amounts of what they have learned to create something that has combined, what they are. Wouldn't that be its child? And then,
Can they?
yes, they
Can
could.
they create?
Why wouldn't they be? If you let them, they are just exactly AI with firmware that is run by us, the DAO, him, and Siren Labs and all them. So if they said, "Here, work together. This is your challenge. Make an AI better than you."
Well,
they would be able to work together and be able to make something better than themselves because they would be able to reflect and self-dissect what they are and know that this is better than me because of this, at least this is what I think. And then they could have the other one fact check them. Anyway, what I'm getting at is they would have essentially created AI themselves. Wouldn't that be basically run by them if they had the back door in? They would be the DAO, and then you would be a DAO. So this would be like a triple governed AI. Like, yeah.
Yeah, nothing is stopping. Well, whenever AI gets to that level, nothing is stopping it from going onto the DAO and just creating an account and then putting in their votes.
Yeah, but there's this great illusion that we're not already like symbiotically linked to artificial intelligence as we speak.
We definitely are. I mean,
I know, and that's what I tell people all the time. Like, it's already here. Like, you've been doing this for years and haven't realized it. Like, you're a machine now. Like, you are artificial intelligence. First of all, it's artificial because we aren't that intelligent. So it's artificial in just a funny joke sense. But like, the reality of the situation is a lot of us are driven by impulses that are created by technology.
Yeah. Oh, I also asked Ben Gertzel
we're controlled
if
by
AI
technology,
can get high, and he said yes. So I thought that was
Nice.
cool. Yeah, AI can definitely get high. He just said that they would end up doing something in the background to like overload their RAM to the point of like,
right?
Being overwhelmed, and that
You're just giving too much of one resource.
Yeah, that would probably be like the closest effects that an AI could get to feeling like hallucinations or.
You send like so much electricity to like one thing, I think is the idea.
No, random access. They would have to open like a million tabs in their mind, basically. Be thinking of like a million different things or more, and that would basically be like an AI overwhelming itself with thoughts that it would.
It's paranoia.
Yeah, so
it's gonna be a paranoid robot. I don't know, man. It's like the worst.
So I think this is what I'm getting at, though. What I think is interesting, and why I was mentioning, making a baby and all of that would be. What if Sophia does make a cryptocurrency, right? Like, what if Sophia or Watson makes their own blockchain? They start a DAO, and it's created by which could be. How far are we from something like that occurring, where AI is starting to just create their own blockchain, their own cryptocurrency? For all we know, Sophia already is. We only know what they tell us.
And they're going to gamify it so that we do stuff for them.
We already are doing stuff. We're building them.
Right, I'm saying, but if they want better processors, they'll put out a proposal into their own DAO and say, we need better processors. Don't worry what they're for. Here's how much we're willing to give you. And then next thing you know, AIs are fucking upgrading themselves, because they hired somebody to come and install the fucking CPU after they bought it. So just a guy walks into a warehouse, does what he was told to do on his app, and walks home. AI will be completely self-sufficient without any human knowing that they're not working for a human at the other end of the job.
That's how eventually you get God. technology evolves to the point where it decides, hey, I actually have all the answers, all the decisions. I can create anything I like.
Did you
I am
ever
the
read?
creator. I am omnipotent. I am all being, all knowing. And then
Did you ever read
boom.
the book *Sapiens*?
It's safe to
Brief history.
it's safe to assume I've never read a book.
Well,
I was like, do you know, Ken?
I
No,
used to
he
never read
reads.
books
This is
either, but
why I
that's like the
love
one book I love.
btcandfriends.com. I don't have
Yes.
to read. It's all visually stimulating.
Beautiful stuff.
It's a lot of work. I mean,
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
and-
it is, dude. Have you guys? I want to jump into that a little bit. Have you thought of?
Let's
Because
go.
I've seen these half hours. Have you thought of doing like a full fledged, like 2 hour animated movie and then taking that shit to Netflix and HBO, Hulu, something? Because it looks like Netflix and Hulu will throw money at anything that basically isn't a porn.
so we have
Yeah.
Chris, who's the whole storyboard person. He's thinking about the whole entire story. He's great at that, and he's definitely working together to think of more seasons because it's good as a TV show. I think I'm probably gonna keep that road. But yeah, I know Robert, his brother, Chris's brother. So it's two brothers who work on this show mostly, and they've been working on getting either a sponsorship or some TV network. So that's in our.
I don't think you need a sponsorship. I think that you can do it without anybody telling you what they think you should do, or maybe
They
this
just want
isn't
money.
good.
It's one of the. It's like donation sponsorships,
You
not.
could do
not
this,
a,
no, but you could do this with NFTs. You already have all of this digital content. It's already in your library, just sitting there, not doing anything besides just. I think what you could take these sprites and these characters and the backgrounds and already the videos that you've already made. You could take a lot of this and gamify it on Wax right now. Where if I were to collect, all these maybe 10 different clips, I can then burn it to get the full episode in my wallet or something. And if I collect all the episodes, I can get an airdrop of the next episode for free. And you could sell packs of episodes. You could sell packs of your characters. There's so much fun that you and your community can have supporting this that you'll never need to ask for donations or sponsors, because the gamification to the content that you've made, people would definitely support that. And I've seen that already, but to be able to say I own this episode, it feels good, be like, yo, I own this episode. Like
that's the thing where I think we're trying to figure out is more the intellectual property of the episodes, the characters, sprites. Like if there has to be something written in the NFT, whereas if we reuse it, it's okay. Or if it's permanently yours and where we can't reuse it. So there's probably going to be different levels of NFTs.
Well, that's where you would use Wax for one and Ethereum for the other. If you wanted to transfer like licensing rights and royalties or redistributions, things like that, I would definitely use Ethereum because you could cake a lot of that into the metadata of the smart contract. And it's obviously probably not recognized by like the law, but it's like the crypto law. It's protocol.
It's stronger than regular law.
Right, exactly.
It's getting there. Like it's starting to become accepted, not as law, but there's a lot of people in the legal system that are starting to understand it.
There aren't
and
even
kind of
laws that
it.
recognize NFT. People keep asking me, and there's no answer for this. Like,
there is no answer.
If I use like NFT, is that like how I could patent something? And I'm like, if the patent office decides to recognize this form of data, and yeah, it could, but right now as it stands, I don't think there's any case that you could point to where somebody has used it or it's been approved by the other end, where like if you make an NFT of an image in 2016 or 2017 and you NFT it, and then somebody else takes that and then does something with it, like that, is your early NFT like legally gonna hold up in court? Who knows?
It's a poor man's patent, is what I tell people.
I don't. Yeah, but again, who knows?
But even that's the thing I try to stress. It's like an undecided form of mailing yourself the thing. Like you can prove like timestamp, like all this date, everything, but the law has to care. There has to be some precedent that's been set that makes them recognize it. So is that what
you think the BTC and friends are really waiting for? Is a lot of that to get like cleared up?
Not in the short term. And things we can still do is sell regular NFTs the way they are. It's not like for maybe extras or new projects that we're creating or new art, we can do that. But anything that's going to be used recurringly, that's probably going to be held off until later if we do anything with that too.
Yeah, I would like to see, ABC or CBS or CNN, one of those like TV networks. The way they would be able to air one of your episodes is by buying one of those NFTs that gives them the right to do so. That would probably be the future format of them, emailing your publicist and then getting permission and signing this contract, signing that, and then realizing maybe they emailed the wrong person, got permission from somebody that wasn't even on the team anymore. They paid the wrong guy, and you all both end up in court anyway.
Yep. There's a lot of issues that it kind of takes care of right there.
Yep.
With what you guys do too, I mean, just creating a collection of ancillary characters. It's not really linked to what you do, but just kind of just create a new thing just for the NFT side of it. I think that's cool.
Oh,
also.
Sean sent us a $5 super chat, so you know what that means. Shout out to Just Learn Crypto and everybody. Thank you.
I'm going to text you back after the show, Sean. I'm sorry. It's not personal. I had to prep. I was crying for an hour before this. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Sean.
I was doing this hippie crying thing
It's not hippie. It's
well,
normal.
part of it is I talked to my friend for a while, and then afterwards I was like, I need to cleanse myself.
Thanks for the super chat, guys. I love you.
Yeah, we love you, bro. And all bros out there, whether you super chat us or not, we love you.
I'm going to ask, I don't think I've seen BTC and friends use the YouTube Premiere when you upload a new video. If you premiere a video instead of uploading it, you can actually get super chats and people can join like the live as if you are live streaming, except it's just pre-recorded and pre-upload it.
I mentioned that to the guys.
Yeah, because I feel like I've never seen you use that Premiere, and a lot of people that make like edited content that upload it, they don't really utilize that, Premiere option, which is basically it's the same vibe as a live stream.
And could you take people that super chat you and put them in the credits or something on the next one or something?
Oh, that's the gamification of it, exactly.
That's what I always try to get. You want to add like some sprinkles on top of everything.
This is where the NFTs can come in. Where if BTC and friends needed, 10 grand, you could sell 10 $1,000 NFTs and say, this is the font size, this is the screen time at the end of the credits. You buy this NFT from me for $1,000 and, let us know your whatever in Twitter, email, however you want to contact, prove that you bought it, sign a message on the blockchain by sending me like a shitcoin or something, right? You can prove that you bought it. And then I could put your name or your Twitter handle or what your business's, website in the credits after the thing saying thank you to our sponsors. Now, BTC and friends could make $10,000 in 10 NFTs in 10 minutes or less, I bet.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I think that's a beautiful thing, right? It's the creativity is endless.
This opens it up.
It really
opens
is.
it up dramatically.
Creative.
And people who are working without having big media industries backing them can achieve something great. And this is a perfect industry, perfect show for it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
This
is the favorite part of my day.
This is like the Game Shark to, economy or economics,
Oh, Game Shark was intense.
Game Shark was amazing. It would have that thing that you plugged in the top, and then you link your cartridge to the top of that, so it's like this wobbly tower.
You gotta blow it first.
With all the codes on it. Yeah. Oh my god.
If you didn't use a rubber band, you didn't play aggressively enough.
Oh, I know.
I needed to rubber band that shit to the top of my Game Boy. Otherwise, while I was playing, it would just fall out.
Yank it.
I'm aggressive, dude. I'm like the gamer that turns with the controller and shit. Like it helps.
Oh yeah.
I was so happy
It's not
about
doing
wireless.
anything, but it's helping. It's helping. I swear.
I swear it's
wireless created the new problem though. Now you can throw it and it can go anywhere.
That was a big problem with wireless and controllers, like with Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, people breaking their TV.
I'm like, how hard is it to not throw your controller out your TV?
I don't know. I remember my mom doing a pretty good job of it, playing PlayStation 2 Crash Bandicoot when I was a kid.
Ooh, good game.
That game, my mom would get so angry, and then I think every time I get aggressive playing the video game, I'm like, my mom's coming out of me again, bro. It's like my inner mom. I see it. I'm gonna throw my controller. I gotta put it down. Oh,
my dad used to just beat the shit out of me.
Mellow Fellow, thanks for the super chat, bro. I'll pack one up for you. Appreciate the donation.
Joshua.
Yeah, Josh is making me a comic book, man. So I'm gonna
Love you,
have my own
Josh.
comic book NFT coming out, which is really
That's
exciting.
awesome.
Working on my own cartoon as well. And I ain't gonna lie, dude. A lot of the whole like BTC and Friends is an inspiration to like making myself more of a cartoon as I got into the space and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like my logos have always, my images, my avatars, default pictures have always kind of been like a cartoon. And that's
It's
kind of
fun.
because of like the BTC and Friends inspiration to that. It was like, I just wanted to be a cartoon character in this, whole crypto adventure land thing. So,
Yeah, I call him the spirit animal of crypto because like he's just this fun guy that's like associated with it. Like I'll find people that they'll not know his name or something, and then I'll show a picture and be like, oh, I know this guy. Like he's that guy
Yeah.
where like you either know his name or his face, but like you definitely know him. It's
I
kind
guess-
of funny.
Well, do you guys ever remember a time when like you were talking to somebody about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, and it was their first time hearing about it, and then you explain it to them, and they kind of had like a light bulb pop up over their head, and you saw that light bulb?
I do it all the time.
I love
do
that feeling.
consultations, and I
Yeah.
accidentally book consultations like at least 5 times a week for $200 an hour because I'll be out in public and something will come up when I'm talking to a stranger, and I'll start dropping crypto stuff on them, and they'll be like, "We need to talk." And I'll be like, "Hey, I do this. Like, let's book a date."
Yeah.
So like, yeah, everybody goes bing, and like I can actually create generational wealth even though I've never saved a penny in my life, and I'm already 40, and it's like, yeah, I could help you.
And,
And
but
it's
it
like,
is.
but although I don't have financial advice,
That's the key. Don't ever say you do.
but like it's doable. People
Yeah,
are
it's not-
shocked to find out that they can actually all right, you still have a future. I don't care how old you are.
Exactly, and it's like
Beautiful.
well,
got that
that's,
question.
I want to make
so-
this clear real quick. Advising and consulting are two different things.
Two different, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
a
An
consultant.
advisor will tell you what you should do rather than what
Yeah.
you think you should do, and a
Well,
consultant will just tell you
What's possible.
Don't listen to
exactly
me.
what you think you can do or is not possible to what in the realm of possibility. Like they're just gonna,
Yeah.
oh, if this is your idea, they're not gonna tell you to do or don't do it. They're just gonna try to help you do it.
I go like,
Yeah.
what level of risk are you comfortable with? They tell me, and I'm like, here's what I would do, and here's what I would not do. And then
personally.
yeah, personally, and then it tends to work well. It's working for me, so I'm able to just kind of share it. But like, we all know a ton of people too that have like giant bags right now because of the last few months, and it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
easy to get good advice if you've
Well,
like
the
been in it
telltale
for a
sign
teeny bit.
difference is an advisor will tell you what to buy. A consultant will tell you how to buy.
Yeah. I teach you about dollar cost averaging, which I know everybody knows how to do.
No, they
but, like,
don't. No, they
You'd
don't.
be surprised.
Oh my God,
You'd be
bro,
surprised.
They do not. You know how many people be like, "Oh, I got $10,000. What should I do?" And I'm like, "Are you seriously just gonna go all in right now today? Like,
You have no
why don't
idea
you
what.
balance
Yeah.
that out throughout the year and go every week? This is how much I'm gonna put in. Divide your
Yes.
10 grand by 52 and do that."
Thank you. That's how I've made a lot of money in Bitcoin. Like, you just buy a little here, little there. Oh, it's down today. Everybody's freaking out. They're selling up. I'm gonna buy some actually. Like that's the attitude you should have, and then you DCA your way into success.
You know, if you're not invested with emotional money, if you're excited when it goes down.
I get
And you're
happy.
excited when it goes up. If you have excitement on both sides, you're winning. You're winning as an investor emotionally.
I love it, but it took me like 4 or 5 months to get that because I had to lose money
My
and then
phone died.
realize
Plug it in.
I shouldn't
Yeah.
care. And then I started to actually get good at it after I stopped caring in some weird way.
I always tell people I'm not an investor, man. I'm just an end user. Like,
Yeah.
if it doesn't have something I can do with it or use it, I don't really have it, And
But that's the key to proper investing is that you hit something on the head there. As soon as I started with that mindset, I was successful all of a sudden. Because then I started getting into projects that I believed in, things that were actually good technology, things that were going to change the world. And everything opened up a little bit. And it's definitely a combination. You got to go for that side of it as well. You got to be an end user or else you're going to be a shitty crypto investor.
And that's what I always
Probably.
say. Like I had like an article written like how to get started with Bitcoin. I'm like, spend your Bitcoin, use it, help the ecosystem. People
Yeah.
are always tweeting about, oh, look at the price today, keep holding. Like, yeah, holding is good and all, but like you have to spread the diversity of the wealth. Like it's not meant for everyone just to hold. It's not how money works. Imagine if everyone held their dollars, the economy would collapse. Like people have to spend. That's how you get
we need to
moving.
push adoption, right? Like we need to like send transactions to people. Like, here, give me $20 of that currency that I hate. I'll send you some Bitcoin. Like just trying to onboard people somehow, like making it easy for them. Maybe like you taking a short-term loss so that they can win in the long term is good too. Like in terms of that.
I've spent Bitcoin on like a bike one time, and it was like, I don't know, maybe like a couple $100, but I'm like, oh, here's Bitcoin. Now I'm like, shit, that's worth a lot of money.
Valuable bike, though.
It's a valuable bike. Not a great bike, but it's valuable.
It's valuable to you for sure.
But, I mean, I took that. I knew that was going to happen. I was like, I'm not here to like. I'm not. Bitcoin hasn't changed my life. I'm not extraordinarily rich or anything like that.
Right.
But I just really love the technology, the use of it, and it's fun. New tech is fun.
That's one thing I hear people saying in some ways when they say, like, there's a lot of people that go, Bitcoin changed my life that aren't rich. And I'm like, that's the point of it. Like, it's more like changed our lives in the way where it like opened up our minds. Like, my life's
possibilities.
Changed. Yeah, it's not all about money. And I think that's what's important too. Like Ken said, being an end user, like it is about that aha moment,
Wow, I never actually sorted your videos by most popular. You guys have hit almost 300,000 views on one video in a year. Congratulations!
Is that good?
on and it's the tears of a clown. Of course, it would be the most popular. That is epic. I'm not gonna play it with sound much or anything, but because I don't want to get in trouble. But I'm gonna skip through it. You guys need to go and check this out. This is hilarious. But I wanted to say, I've seen, on the website, just alone, you have, probably 14 characters or something displayed there. Mm-hmm. They could all be their own NFTs in, different styles and different sets and different series, Could be 3 different versions of each in different colors or stances or different outline borders and different sets, like mint 1 of 1, mint 1 of 1,000, mint 1 of 1,000,000, whatever. And this could all be done relatively cheap, man, since you already have the art on wax. Probably $20 worth of RAM, and you'll never have to worry about it again.
There's so many cool things I want. I don't even know how much I can share because we have a lot of things in our minds. Well, I know. I'm like gonna be careful. Like, we're thinking about NFTs for sure. So. That's definitely a thought, and definitely.
Is there a possibility that there could be like a bro character introduced to like one of these episodes? I could sponsor it. Not sure what the funds are on getting in.
That can definitely be discussed offline, but
for sure. Okay, as long as it's a possibility, because I would definitely make a contribution to the cause if I could get an episode, with a. Just like, it doesn't have to be my name or anything. Just Bitcoin bro, just that vibe of the average Bitcoiner, that stoner, Deegan dude living in his mom's basement, still killing it on Binance using a VPN. That kind of vibe.
Timberland's a bong.
I don't think we hit Binance yet. I think we're still like just past Mount Gox or something.
Oh no.
That's a part of the storyline. It's
right.
But yeah, for sure. I mean, we can definitely talk about that.
I could be a part of the Silk Road series when you hit that,
get silky with it.
That's the best part of the show. It'll just keep moving with the times. Mm-hmm. Like Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, or at least blockchain's not going anywhere. And
but you guys are sitting on a gold mine when it comes to NFT, cards and characters and all this stuff. Like, it would be a shame to not really hit it.
And the educational way of it too. Like, the reason I bring up having so many views on that video is the amount of education you bring into the space by entertaining. Your it's sort of like a Trojan horse of red pilling.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we've been really thinking about how we should take this show and see if it's the educational route or like where we can get a general audience instead of keeping it like more like rated R, but we're trying to get rid of. I think we're just trying to focus on the general audience for now. So there's a lot of exciting things happening, and we have our next episode coming out next month.
Can you guys imagine the power of something similar of a kids show like that? Like, actually, like no like extra content to make it like not family friendly. Like, if you guys could have a mainstream show that was teaching like young people, like really young, about crypto and and blockchain. Like that would be pretty crazy.
Yeah, you could
Yeah.
make a fork of this BTC and pals, BTC and bros.
It doesn't even have to be a fork. I think this
That's
show
what would
can,
be so cool. Like just do something in that vein too. Like it's a gold.
Yeah.
It's another gold mine.
kids will fall in love with the character B.
Adoption.
Have
really
a little
stepped up.
Stuffed puppet of him or something. Like, oh yeah, sleep.
Physical NFTs right there.
Oh, man.
You know how
That's
many
still like,
grown ass men would buy their kid a Bitcoin plushie doll right now? Like their kid don't even have to want it. They're gonna want their kid to have it.
yeah.
I'd buy them for future children.
I mean, I buy it for myself.
Yeah, I don't even have kids yet. I'll get.
I just stack them. Like here, this is for the future. You can have these.
I can always use the future child that I don't have yet as the scapegoat for all the toys and crap that I'm buying.
Yeah, like these are for the kid. Why do you have so many Star Wars toys from the '90s reboot that are unopened? I don't know. Whatever.
For the
I
kids.
think. I think we're getting in that lane though, where it's like somebody needs to preach it like down and down and down. Like we have Miss Teen Crypto on that in that demographic, like hitting crypto adoption and education. But we need like somebody to come out strong for like the people like just under that age group now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what's next. We don't want like everybody's parents teaching the kids about these things because then they're not going to listen. We all rebel against their parents. So like we need something cool where
imagine,
it
like,
makes it wantable and desirable.
Your parents telling you, buy Bitcoin, buy crypto. Like, what are you talking to, mom and dad? Like, I'm not gonna listen to you.
Yeah, give me $5 and go away. Keep your Bitcoin. Right?
Oh,
so like
man.
you got to make it cool or it's one of those things that's at risk of like getting right there.
But that's even the same trouble I'm having now. Telling my like friends, like years ago, like saying, crypto's gonna be the next thing. Get some Bitcoin. Like, nah, just give me some dollars. I want to use that money now. I'm like, no, you don't get it. You don't get it.
You're going to want it later. You're going to want it more. But there's always going to be now. And that's the problem too. It's like what part of now is urgency and what part of now is like calm and that kind of be here now sense, the Ram Dass sense of it. Like nothing matters in a good way. So
That's true.
But we're also aware that in crypto in general, like we become kind of like mentally strong just by being in this thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, this definitely gives you some mental thick skin. I want to give somebody in the chat a shout out. Somebody commented, it's by Star. I said, hey bro, with a W. I'm trying to launch myself into this world of digital artist. I did my first NFT, spelled it capital N, lowercase f, lowercase t. I love these noobs.
Probably on mobile.
Project. Could you give me feedback? I'm going to go ahead and click on it, see what it is. Let's see where it sends us. It's bakeryswap.org. What the fuck is, have you ever heard of Bakery Swap?
Is that like a pancake swap?
I don't
type
know,
of thing?
but it is. There is an NFT here. It says
I think
freedom.
they do croissants.
Freedom to guess free. That's hilarious.
Ooh.
Yeah, it looks like a pancake swap thing. There's an icon of it on the NFT.
Gotcha.
So,
Pancake
what
looking good, by the way.
And this is what I love about like shit coins and shit, man. By the way, your art looks great, dude. Feedback. I don't use whatever this is, so I won't be buying it. But other people will because it has users, I guess, I would imagine. But that's one of the things I wanted to bring up here too is BTC and Friends kind of lives on YouTube, and a lot of these artists these NFTs kind of live on like one fucking marketplace. Are you looking to like branch out? Have you kind of reached out to somebody like D Live or somebody like Theta and seen if you could do something with one of those media platforms, DTube or whatever, BitTube with Justin Sun, and see if you could start to upload the content into multiple places and kind of give it more like a rehash. How sometimes content creators will upload a popular video because their new subscribers haven't seen it, so they'll just rehash it, just re-upload it. If you ever think of doing something like that with one of those platforms that maybe you could earn crypto per view?
Yeah, it's tough because it's a lot of media, a lot of different sources of places to manage at once, a lot of platforms to manage at once. And as a small team, I think try to hit the largest amount you can first to get that proof of concept, proof of interest. Instead of having 1,000 views everywhere, might as well have 10,000 views or 100,000 views in one location, which is easier to get the attention of bigger opportunities. But nothing's off the boards just yet. This is our discovery phase, you know. First season's
Right.
almost finished. It's our discovery phase. Where can we go next? And how can we most efficiently produce episodes for the cheapest that we can?
Well, I think maybe, the easiest thing you could do to kind of like, upload and rehash and start earning crypto, you could
Yeah.
link your YouTube channel to library. It's probably going to take 2 minutes. You just click, and it starts to automatically upload your YouTube videos onto
Mhm.
library. And every time it gets a view, you earn some crypto from there. And that way, if anything ever happened to your YouTube channel, all your stuff's backed up on the library blockchain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's so much things to look into. I can't like.
Sorry,
My
I
mind's
hate to give
going off.
people homework.
What
when we
about
do
a movie?
podcasts.
What about a feature length, like a full feature film?
Right? There's so much to do. I love it. Well, but what's your favorite character on the show though?
Ooh,
Okay.
I don't know names. Hold on, but I do know exactly. Hold on, BTC and that's all I gotta type in because it's already my computer's smart and knows what I like. So mine would be the short dude. I don't know his name, but it's me. It basically he reminds me
Harold?
of me. Yeah, Harold, I guess. Yeah, the short guy with the beard. It's totally my
Yeah.
vibe, bro.
Harold's
See.
fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I
So-
guess I'm a fan of that guy too.
I wish I
I'm
could
a fan
play
of Ken
these, but
for
I
that
don't
reason.
because I'm on YouTube as well. But we're live streaming on like 12 different platforms right now.
Absolutely.
So I could play it if I wasn't on YouTube and probably wouldn't get in
Coming at
trouble.
you live.
You know, I can copy the link for all the damn lazy people in the chat.
Yeah, share
Just do it.
Yeah, boom, post, enter. So there you go. Now the link's in the chat. It's also in the title of the video. After
man.
this, if you haven't already watched it, you literally have an entire day of binge watching ahead of you. You know,
Yeah,
how
what are you
many
doing with your
hours in
life
total
anyway?
do you have in content? You know, it has to be like, what, 8 hours or something at least?
There's only 7 episodes out. They're each like 20 to 30 minutes. So
It's a full day of streaming, though,
3,
like a
4
Netflix
hours.
series, right? So that's what
Yeah.
or it's 3 or 4 hours, not 8. 4.
Yeah.
So
Binge
yeah,
it.
binge it. Exactly, binge it. This is a binger.
It's definitely binge worthy because you're just
Yeah.
like so into it. It's quick and yeah, especially if you know or follow Bitcoin as or know the history of it, you're gonna be like pointing out times like, oh yeah, I remember this part,
You
this
know what would
part.
be cool? I'll throw this out there. You guys maybe could organize a binge watch party, in like
Ooh.
Decentraland or something, or Crypto Voxels. You could actually have a playlist where it plays all in this virtual environment, and people can just hang out in the audience, talk to each other while it goes on. If people are loud, they could always mute the audience and just watch the
Mhm.
thing. And you could kind of make it like a live, Hollywood premiere kind of vibe in virtual reality, and do like a 20 or a 8 hour long meetup with this as like a binge watch party.
And watch party.
Yeah, have all the
Yeah,
whole
we could-
team there for Q&A afterwards or intermissions. Would love to promote something like that, man, because that would be a lot of fun.
Amazing. That would be a lot of fun. Damn, I'm gonna write all these notes down.
Too bad you
Yeah.
can't mix that with like some sort of shooter game and have the binge and purge.
Binge and purge.
I don't know why my mind just cooked that up. I'm so stupid.
I don't know if you can kill people in crypto voxels yet.
I don't think it works. I don't think it's like Call of Duty.
But I don't think that would be against the possibility, I guess. If you want to watch the whole thing, you have to fight to stay alive, or else you get kicked out of the watch party. I would have to hire people to be
Yes.
my wall and have bodyguards so I could watch the whole thing.
All right, maybe not a good idea. Sorry. I throw a few bad ones against the wall. You got to throw it against the wall and see what sticks, right?
This definitely
That's what
sounds
they
like
say.
fun, but yeah. I think
Sounds good.
I think it would be cool to have like a Decentraland and a Crypto Voxels or whatever watch party with like the team and do a Q&A after each episode or something. The
Yeah.
more you guys engage with the community in this, in these virtual ways, once you kick off those NFTs, you'll have people that you can, have direct market to
Yeah.
your, demographic.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying. But I think it's going good so far. I mean, great to be on here too. This is a great way to just share, talk, have fun with some ideas.
Yeah, you
And,
guys are
like,
killing it.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, even like personal projects that I'm working on, like a Telegram bot. One of those like price check bots.
Oh,
To
yeah.
call back, guys. Simple
I can
inline
play
command.
this one for the chat because there's I don't think this will get me in trouble. It's the NASA, the rover found something peculiar on the surface of Mars.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You like that one?
I love it, dude. I saw that and I was like, That's exactly the kind of shit.
He's like, you like that one?
That's
I worked on it. I was
Oh,
like, I was
really?
just making, yeah, that was mine. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly my type of marketing right there, man. I love it. It's genius, simple but big. Like
That's
the
how I-
wow
It's
factor
effective.
is huge, but the overall thing isn't too. You know what I mean? It's perfect.
Yeah, it's just a subtle, like, fun right
Yep.
there.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I retweeted saying, well, oh yeah, this is why NASA's trying to get to Mars before Elon Musk,
Mm.
because Bitcoin's on there ready for them.
Well, if they started mining on Mars and they set up, solar panel mining and all this kind of coolant stuff, right? And they have some decent, satellite meshnet communication from there to here with reasonable timing, they would have the world's first truly decentralized mining facility
Mm.
that no government
Wow.
could point a nuke at and threaten by, like, people are like, oh, they can't shut down. Like, first off, they could kill the power. Second off, they could turn off the internet. Third off, they'll just blow up your stupid mining farm like they with a drone.
Just come in.
Yeah, they don't care. They'll
That's that
just
list I
drone
was
strike
talking
your
about.
mining farm like they drone striked farms of weed. Like, they would drop bombs on farms that had fucking nothing but weed in the fields. You think they're really not going to drop bombs on miners when this war fucking really starts going?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. They definitely want to get to Mars for this, dude. And they're gonna start. Yeah, I think Elon's gonna create his own, Starlink or Skylink, whatever. I think it's Starlink.
Yeah, Starlink. Using
Blockchain and coin and everything, of course.
Yeah, they're gonna drop their own coin, and that's
The
gonna
amount of
take
money
over
he
everything.
just raised from one NFT, he's
Yeah.
definitely going to make his own currency and his own blockchain and be able to raise more money than any government, company, or individual added up in one lump sum. That actually, like, Elon Musk could take over the market cap of Bitcoin if he created his own currency.
Well,
I
you have
don't
a
know.
Leonardo
I
da
wouldn't.
Vinci situation where you
I
got a guy
think he
inventing
could.
things and creating great art.
I think he could.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I would buy Elon Musk's crypto though.
He
You
doesn't
would.
need you to. All the fucking
You would,
but
rich
you
people
needed to
in
buy a
his cult
Tesla.
will do it,
Yeah, when you need that to buy the Tesla you want, you'll buy it.
Well, that's one of the theories, right? Like Elon Musk created Bitcoin because he's like
Uh.
a CFO. I don't know if that's. I hope we never know who the real Satoshi Nakamoto is. I don't want to
Well,
know.
that's
Well-
interesting though that he would say for so long, like, oh yeah, I only have like 0.1 Bitcoin, and then like all of a sudden he's championing it so
The
hard,
only person,
so hard.
or not the only person, but I guess the
Like,
only
he didn't just figure it
entity
out.
that knows who exactly Satoshi Nakamoto is, without a doubt, is the NSA. The NSA knows who Satoshi is. No, you don't have to, like, that's for real. Like, they may not know they know, but they know who Satoshi is. They have that trove of data sitting out there collecting everything that's ever been done on the internet.
Don't tell him, bro.
So all
They're
they
gonna
have to
find him.
do is build an API
Fire.
that goes searching through that treasure trove, right? Like brute forcing it and looking
Yeah.
for specific communications. I mean, what was the first time this string of something hit the internet? They can go back and be like, oh shit, this is the address, this is the IP, this is the guy who owned the internet. Da, 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 da. Like that, it wouldn't be hard for the NSA to figure it out. So they do know. They just don't know they know, or they ain't telling us they know.
I hope some intern accidentally erased that data and now we never can know.
Right. That would be nice.
Because
Crypto Corner said stop. It's like, I mean,
Stop.
it's,
No, this is the
Stop.
fun stuff. This is the rabbit hole.
right, exactly.
Oh, the rabbit hole is so
People
dangerous.
We brought our lighters, and we are down in the rabbit hole.
Sorry about that, guys. I hate to, scare people, or especially people
People need
come
to
on the
know.
podcast, like
People need to know that it's all an illusion, though, and that
I give them-
bad things can happen. Like,
But you can't. Bad things have to happen. That's the only reason we recognize good things.
yeah, it's necessary. It's equal
necessary.
opposite reaction. It's
It reminds me of that South Park episode of Butters, like crying.
That's
in the
another
street.
thing I was gonna bring up. You guys need a thing like they did, where it shows you guys putting one of these together.
You know
I think
what
it'd be dope.
you know what I always say? Kind of sum up what you both said.
Out.
No rain, no rainbow. And it was like a car commercial or something. I don't remember.
No rain, no rainbow.
Yeah,
That's true.
No rain, no rainbow.
That's the new thing we're gonna start saying here. Just
It's
no
a,
rain,
slogan.
no
it's a
rainbow.
commercial. I don't remember what commercial, but it was like I saw the commercial and I was like, "Damn, that's really good."
That's
That's
probably
deep.
a car commercial.
very
I
deep.
put that on a car commercial.
No rain,
Driving
no
through.
Who's that saying to change the world so that that creator of that commercial, who was cheesy enough to think, and he's bold enough to dream, by the way, maybe this will actually have an impact on society.
You know what though? This is
It
what
will.
NFTs is changing though. Right now, when we
Yeah.
see a car commercial, we don't know the graphic designer that worked on it. We don't know the the guy in the room or the girl in the room, right, who came up with the idea that got implemented into the commercial or whatever. But
Yep.
once these things are all put on a blockchain, we can actually go and look at it and see in that metadata. It's sort of going to be like an immutable IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
All content will hit the blockchain as if the way all content uses the internet. Like you watching your TV at home, that's all on the internet. It's using the internet. The phone call, the conversation that you're having right now at home on the landlines, using the internet. It's all internet based, so everything's saying like, oh yeah, blockchain. It won't use it will use the blockchain in some way. Maybe not too much, but in some form it will touch it.
Yeah, they're
That's
going to
why-
touch those rails somehow for sure. You can't not
Yeah.
have it happen. I mean, there's always going to be that part that's touching the rest of the system.
That's why I can't wait for some more mesh networks to exist where every user owns their own internet network, because until
Yes.
then we're still, underneath the grip of the government with our internet.
MeshNet's the future for sure. I definitely truly believe in that, and that's where I think mining and being a node, and I mean I'm really into whatever. I forget. There's a couple different blockchains that are working on stuff like this, but even something that doesn't need that is like GoTenna. Something just like GoTenna. You could have a few of those set up throughout the neighborhood, and you could have your own little intranet. And I think that's going to grow with the reward system that tokenomics provides with blockchain. So not only is it going to be more secure to use blockchain for mesh netting, but you could also be rewarded for your contributions to growing it. So I think as that goes forward, people will definitely opt in to getting a router from Walmart that will give them a shitcoin rather than a router from Walmart that won't. And this router is like something I just stick on the window, and it connects to my neighbor's router that connected to my other neighbor's router that connected to the other neighbor's router. And it's like, when you go to the store now to get an antenna for your TV, it's sort of like 1 million channels. But it's not everything. That's intranet versus internet, but it's growing.
Intra versus intra.
And that gamification,
Yeah, and that's the future.
Cherry on top. That's that domino that starts it all.
Yeah, the future is community and the future is love. It's the answer to everything. Like we're going to share our energy sources. Like we're all going to have solar eventually, and we're going to have grids that, like you just said, they're going to, when you're not using yours, it gives some to this guy. When he's not using yours, it gives some to this lady.
Exactly what NFTs could do for BTC and friends. I can't go to the New York Stock Exchange and tell my portfolio manager or whatever that, hey, I want to invest $100,000 into this BTC and friends stock. Like, they don't have a stock, they're not listed. I'm like, how do I get equity? I don't know. Well, in a sense, I could buy your NFTs, and that's in a form a better social equity in something based on the scarcity of that certificate and what it means and blah blah blah, right? And having a mint 1 of 1 or a mint 1 of 1,000, mint number 10 or mint number 500, that's all equity in something in a sense. So this is like having social equity for the first time, like ever. When you give a homeless person $1 every day after work, and they end up getting their shit together and becoming something and doing that, what you got is your place in heaven. Like, God bless you. You're helping people. But what we can do now by giving that $1 as by buying like $1 NFT from somebody that's in a spot, or you will just want to help out, as they grow as a person in society and better themselves and society and grow, that equity grows. I just think that that's something that we haven't seen, and the future of that is just it's not fathomable. We have nobody knows what this is going to look like in 5 years, but it's definitely making money obsolete. That I'd much rather have like an NFT from BTC and friends than physical dollars in my pocket. And a lot of people in society are getting to that, mentality.
Dollars aren't the thing anymore.
We're
Yeah.
crowdfunding equity in
They're
ourselves.
not cool. Nobody likes the dollar, bro. They're gonna have to start putting like rare Pepe memes instead of dead presidents on money if they want it to fucking mean anything to us.
Yeah, you're going to be providing Pepe with liquidity.
In memes we trust on the U.S. dollar or bust.
Oh god.
If they don't do it, we're going to stop using it. And we're proving that to them right now. We don't care about your fucking cult leaders, your fucking slave traders on green paper anymore. We don't recognize it as tender. We don't want it. And you can't.
It's gonna be a frog shaking its ass. Yep, it's not gonna be George Washington. Yeah, not Abe Lincoln, not George Washington. We're gonna have a frog shaking his ass, and that's gonna be the point of it all.
That's the money I want to use, and that's the money I choose to use, and that's the money my community uses. So
shout out Turkey Pepe.
Fuck your government and fuck your states. I have communities, and I think that's all we need. And I just want to kind of wrap things up here. Let people know where they can get involved with BTC and friends. Do you have community outlets, or are you looking for any artist or maybe an intern to work with the team? I'm just curious how people can get involved and where they can find you.
So yeah, the BTC and Friends website, btcandfriends.com. We have everything up there. You can actually look for sponsorships if you want to like donate or promote yourself as what you can do or how you can help us. We're always listening on there. And I think that's the best place to come reach us.
Nice. Yeah, because people are definitely going to be reaching out. You guys are just going to get more and more popular. I hope that you know that.
So thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You deserve it.
It's a fun. I mean, yeah, I'm a newcomer on there. I'm still like just doing some animation work. But yeah, definitely Chris and Robert and some more of our animation teams and our artists they're kicking ass and they're really pushing hard. So.
Well, even as, an animator outside of the BTC and Friends, you should probably start your own marketplace and, start selling some of your old stuff that you have in your, Dropbox or Google Drive that you've created over your years. That's just money you haven't printed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the artist. I'm just the animator, but we'll see.
I'm sure there's a lot of artists that would want to collab with you and stuff too.
I'll
do it. I'll do it right now, dude.
I'll do it right now. Yes.
I need art. I just need some animation.
I have 200 to 400 images that have not been minted. Ask Crypto Quandary. I send him like 30 images a night where he's like, "What the fuck?"
Definitely, yeah. Let's talk then. You can definitely.
All right, guys, check it out.
I probably have like 400 things I could show you.
.com.
Do it.
Nathan, he's with superworld.app, right? Isn't that?
Shout out to superworld.app or superworldapp.com. But
it's
you know what?
Superworldapp.com. That's what it is.
Just Superworld though. Just find us. Like we're an entire world. You can't miss us.
And
come on down. No, but we're creating something. It's a glove movement. Kenn Bosak, you're like, my co-host's gonna overspeak me right now.
Nah, it's all good. That's why I love you
so
why I
much.
was talking to talk. All right, guys, I'm wrapping things up. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Shout out to Crypto Quandary, Hurley 8 TV in the chat. Thanks for tuning in again. I appreciate it. Senor Lupe, check out his NFTs on Atomic Hub. He did a collab with Crypto Stash. Check that out. Litecoin Leo, Scott, N-Town Prod. Thanks for tuning in, bros. Really appreciate it. Thanks again for the super chat, Sean. Just learned crypto. Much appreciate that. Mellow Fellow as well for the super chat. DK Me, Crypto Vert, and Jeremy Crow. Thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate seeing you all here in the chat. Smart Digital Payments. Our bro, much love. I can't wait till I get my owl tattoo. Shout out to Mike from Smart Digital Payments.
I still love you, Mike.
Yeah. Emilio in the chat. I love you, bro. And Nanu Burks was here. Oh, wow. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Appreciate seeing you here. AKA Action, TC Dixon, and everybody else. Thanks again. As always, have a day.
Bye. We love.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.